Welcome. This is Israel Falabi, and I'm n8n automation specialist. I welcome you to this introduction to automation using n8n. If you're a beginner, this course is for you. AI automation with n8n. I'm going to guide you step by step on how to kickstart and how to get started using n8n for your automation and workflow processes. What is automation? We need to understand what automation really means so that we can always have a safe landing as we dive deep into this topic. Automation, as you can see on my screen, uses technology to perform tasks with minimal input. You are automating something working even with or without your presence. Works 24 hours, right? Good. So it uses technology to perform tasks with minimal human input. Basically, what it does, it follows a simple logic. For example, now, when something happens, do this. When you receive an email, do this, right? When there's a notification, do this, right? When there's a tax, do this. So in n8n, we call it a trigger. When there's a trigger, perform this action. So that's what automation is all about. Automating routine tasks, eliminate human errors, and also free human for higher value work. And automation is very, very common now in businesses. That is examples like auto sending reports, syncing data, and auto notification. Why do you need to learn automation now? In fact, why do you need to learn automation now? Not even the now. Number one, the automation market is booming and there's a high projection of around $24 billion by 2029. Why? Making automation skill highly in demand. Of course, it's an in-demand skill. Businesses use automation, see very, very large profit benefit, up to 40 to 60% productivity gain, and about 20 to 35% cost saving. You can see, good. 74% of top companies uses AI, uses automation for cost strategies. Can you see if top companies can be using it? This will tell you that you need to learn this skill so that it can also be highly in demand. Learning automation also gives you a competitive edge and helps future-proof your work. Learning this skill will actually set you on high, will really make you, give you competitive edge over others. What is n8n? Now let's dive deep into the business of the day. What is n8n? n8n is pronounced as n-e-n, 8n, right? n8n. And it's an open source visual workflow automation tool. It's a visual workflow automation tool, user-friendly. You don't need to master programming before you can use n8n. User-friendly. It's more of click and drag, right? And then you connect and then you're good to go, right? It helps you connect apps, connect different services via drag and drop. I've mentioned its interface without writing a single line of code. And this is one of the fantastic part of n8n. I love this a whole lot. It's one of the fantastic parts of n8n. Using drag and drop, you're able to achieve your tasks. You are able to achieve your tasks. Good. Workflows are built from nodes. I'm going to explain what node is, what trigger means. Actions like, let's say you want to send an email. These are like actions. So you use node to construct all this pipeline, like or update a record. One thing I also love about n8n is you can use it to connect several applications. You know, out there we have several applications, several tools, several softwares. But one thing n8n is doing, and I love it about n8n, is connecting applications together, right? You can connect your Gmail to your Google Sheet, to your website, to Slack, to Telegram, like idea, to different applications out there. I love that. love that fact. With n8n, you can actually automate data transfer maybe from a particular application to another application, software to another application, using API calls and more across hundreds of integrations. In fact, there are more and more integrations you can actually do. There are more and more integrations you can actually do. That's one of the most beautiful parts of n8n, right? Good. Now, n8n is not the only one in the market. We also have other automation tools. I don't know if you've heard about Zapier. Zapier is also a cloud-based application, easy for beginners with thousands of app integration. Normally, it's very simple, use beginner friendly, simple triggers, action flow. But the only limitation is less customizable. Is less customizable. We also have another tool called make.com. It's also a visual multi-step workflow with branches, conditions suited for power using needing complex logic. So this might need some bit of logic. But n8n is an open source, and that means you can get it. You have 2 weeks free trial to work with the application, enjoy it, maximize it, and it offers full flexibility. You can customize your code. In fact, there are unlimited steps, but steeper learning curve, right? What are the key differences? Zapier is quick and easy, but limited customization. I mentioned it. n8n is what? It's free to self-host and highly extensible. And one beautiful part is it's great for those who want full control. So if you want full control, your workflow, your automation, n8n is still one of the best. Good. So let's quickly look at it. We want to look at all these key concepts. We want to look at node, we want to look at trigger, we want to look at workflows. These are the three major things we want to look into right now. So what are nodes? A building block of a workflow. Performing an action is the building block, right? That's performing the action. We also have a trigger, a special node that starts the workflow, right? That's like something we must start, right? Maybe something, maybe it's a manual schedule, or maybe you want to do it manually, a trigger, you want to do it manually, or you want to automate it at every 8 o'clock. Make a post to my LinkedIn at every 9 o'clock. Make a post or idea. Good. That's a trigger. So there's a special node that start the workflow, right? When an event occurs, right? When an event occurs. Good. So, and it can also be a webhook or an HTTP request, whichever one. Good. So, we also have a workflow from the word workflow, a sequence of nodes, trigger plus action. That means after a trigger, what happens? That's a workflow, right? Arranged to automate a process. Let's, for example, now, when you receive an email, summarize the email and send to my Telegram or send to my Slack, right? Good. So that's like a what? A flow from here to there, right? A flow. The flow can be longer than that. Like, or let's say after every 8 o'clock, generates the latest tech content update from a particular website, summarize it, and then send it to my Facebook account, send it to my LinkedIn, post it on my LinkedIn, post it on my Instagram. Can you see? That's a flow, right? That's a flow from the first to the last, right? Node process or pass data, that's parameters, and workflow runs through each node automatically, right? Additional nodes type, we have the call nodes for logical or mass. We have action node for app specific tasks. All this I'm going to explain as we proceed. Trigger nodes to do what? To initiate, to start, right? To start an action. All right, we want to look at an overview of n8n interface. So what's the overview? To access n8n, just go and type n8n.io. So let me open my browser, n8n.io, n8n.io, n8n.io. So when you click on n8n.io, just sign up, right? Just sign up and immediately you'll be given 2 weeks free access to enjoy the application. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe, go ahead, you can check their pricing you can proceed. So just click on sign in. So I've already, created an account, and this is my account. So I don't need to go through the stress of, doing it manually. So I'll just click on sign in. So if you don't have, just click on start a free trial. I will also send a link on this in-call message. Just check the message. You get to see it under this video. So this is it. It's currently loading up. Okay. So while it's loading up, let me quickly explain. So just click on create workflow. Can you see create workflow? So I click on create workflow. It gives you a blank workflow where you can actually write, where you can actually, carry out your workflows, the node and every other thing that I've explained earlier. All right, so let me quickly explain the slide. So we have the left part, right, where you can access the workflows, the credential, the template, the variables, and other settings. That's the left side, right? The left side. So this way you can perform the settings, can see, can create, all those things are available on the left hand side. We also have the top bar. Top bar shows workflow name. So this way you get to see the workflow name. So you can give it any name, right? Can create an automation or social media manager that makes posts, right, every day. Good. So give it a name. We also have the Canva. Canva is where all your nodes sit, right? All your nodes sit. So here, so you can build by yourself from scratch. You can also build with AI. Building with AI is very fantastic. Just mention or state what you want, and then you have it built for you, and then you just plug and play, and then you have your nodes running. We also have the right panel where we have the nodes seated. The right panel where we have the nodes seated. The right, this is the right. So if I click on this plus, there are a lot of nodes, a lot of trigger. So these are trigger, right? And also you can also specify the node that you want. Everything you have it on this plus sign. Good. So you can navigate via left, right panel, drag, hover on the cursor. Is easy to use. Is easy to use. All right, thank you so much for listening. Automation made easy. So please stay tuned for more updates. I'm going to be sharing with you on how to create your first workflow using n8n. Thank you so much for listening.